markets commentary short briefer.
Hello traders, and welcome to Trading with Bill Options and Forex, October 15th, 2015 on a Thursday. Coming to the bottom of our trading week. Traders, great to be with you. Remember, this is helping losing traders become winning traders. Traders coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. It's bright blue sunny skies, and I have to say a beautiful day today in Asia. All right, traders, got a lot to talk about today. Got some currency charts, a couple of option charts I want to bring your attention to. As you can see, the markets are pretty twisted in the last 48 hours as the Fed isn't doing anything except talking, and some bad numbers out of the U.S. session yesterday. Took a lot of our pairs and did a little sideways and opposite reversal actions, which I don't think is going to hold, but we'll talk about that in a minute. At first, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and yes, they do call me Bill. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006. In 2008, I finished a 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic in the great state of Florida. 9 days later, I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. Well, it's 8 years later, and I'm still in Thailand. Love living in Asia, having a great time, trading Forex and options every day. I love being in front of my charts, listening to fundamentals, looking at charts, looking at price action and support resistance and Fibonacci levels, and trying to figure out what's going on with the markets, putting in the fundamentals to see what's going on. As we're macro traders, we trade the globe, and hopefully we'll have our probabilities on our side of the win-loss column that we win our trades. No, I don't win every trade, I can tell you that. It doesn't happen. But it is fun. I enjoy what I do, and that's why I do these videos. Hopefully we help losing traders become winning traders as a group. All right, let's get the legal stuff out of the way. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex and options trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential of risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex and options markets. Please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, if you're trading your rent money or your mortgage or your car payment, please go to a demo account until you can afford to trade a live account. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's take a look at some options charts. This is the triple Qs, the power shares, right? Take a look at this. This is the trade we're in, right? We entered this at, we sold a vertical spread on this pair at 103, and we have insurance at 101, and we're currently at 105.93. A couple of interesting things. If we take a look at our indicators below, the market DNA has hooked to the upside. That's the blue line. Has hooked to the upside, is at the 0.5 level. But look at stochastics. Stochastics is still showing a very strong downtrend and is not hooked yet. So a little concerned about that. So if we take a look at this, a couple of things to really notice on. If we take a look at Ichimoku, right? What's the most important thing about Ichimoku is, yes, the cloud. We don't have a cloud on the daily chart. However, if you take a look to the right, on the weekly chart, we have a cloud, and it's actually helped us out, right? We came into the cloud, now we're back out of the cloud, and yesterday it closed on the A-span of the cloud. So remember, the cloud is just massive support. So, we're hoping for a bounce today in the New York session. If you look at our daily chart, what's holding this price for the last 1, 2, 3, 4 days, trading days, has been this 50 exponential moving average. The other thing is, if you take a look at our parabolic ZARs, we got 4 of them today, whereas if you remember yesterday, we only had 3. So we still got a notch to the upside from our parabolic ZARs, which is good. And it looks like the gap, there was a gap last week, and I just saw that, and it looks like that's been covered. So the gap is not going to be an issue. Gaps normally get filled, traders, and you got to remember that. Gaps normally get filled. So we're hoping we're going to get a bounce now off of this 50 EMA, and also on our weekly off this A-span before it heads back into that cloud, right? So we don't have a cloud to worry about on our daily, and that's what's important. Now this trade expires in a week from tomorrow. So we have 6 trading days basically left in this, and the last I looked, I was like $16 in the negative on this trade. This has a maximum take profit of, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's $86 that we can make on this total. So I like that the daily chart is showing all indecision candles, and hopefully we'll get the bounce here, and this will head up. I'd love for this to go up to that 110 area, just to the B-span of that cloud on the left-hand side. If you look at 110 and look to the left, you'll see that small little cloud there. I want to get to that bottom line on that cloud. That's the B-span. I want to get up there, and we can get out of this trade as early as possible. But it looks like we'll probably have to hold it over the weekend. All right, let's keep going. Let's take a look at our spiders. We trade the spies a lot. Now this is the ETF of the S&P 500, and we've got issues here. Our personal pivots has given us a down arrow yesterday to the downside, and the 50 EMA is now to the downside. The only thing we don't have is we do not have a parabolic ZAR above price. So that's a good sign for us. However, look at this also. The 50 EMA is holding this price, but it's being pushed down, it looks like to me. Again, same as the triple Qs, we have market DNA. That blue line is jackknifed up, and it's at the 0.5 level, and stochastics has not made the turn to the upside. I'm hoping when New York opens today that we'll get that joke to the upside, and that'll be a green line on our stochastics. If you take a look at the weekly chart, we're inside the cloud, and we started the week off really nice inside the cloud, but it came back into the cloud, never made it out of the cloud. So that A-span on that weekly charts worked out very well, and so we're hoping we'll get a push today. Like I said, we really would like to see this get out of that weekly cloud, and that won't happen until probably Monday or Tuesday of next week. For today, we're looking at the daily side, and that is we want to see the stochastics go to the upside, and we'd like to see a bump up to like 200.8 would be nice on the spiders. So that's what we're looking on the SPYs, and hopefully we'll get an up move today. Okay, we'll take a look at the dollar index. This is the big one. The Fed just hasn't made up its mind if it's going to raise interest rates in the U.S., and it's definitely affecting our trading. If you take a look, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red days on the dollar index, and we're down at a low here. We're down at 93.97 when I took this screenshot, which was within the last 35 minutes or so, and we are currently coming up on 3 hours into the London session. So we don't have a hook on the stochastics, but our DNA is pointing to the upside, so we'll have to watch that. However, our parabolic ZARs are coming down on price, and this isn't looking really very healthy. So we'll see if we can get a move here, and it looks to me like we are now below the 200 exponential moving average. We are now below it, and that is at 94.48. That is not a good sign, folks, because to break that 200 is not easy. It broke it easy because of bad data yesterday out of the U.S., and that doesn't look good, does it, on the dollar index. If this breaks down below 93.50, we're in trouble. This is just going to head on down, probably to 93. And you can see we got a spike if you go all the way back to the last bunch of red candles. All that low there, that spike is about that 93 level there, and that's a little scary. However, if you look at the weekly chart, we're pretty good as far as the cloud goes. We're inside the cloud. That is strong support. So we look good there, and hopefully we'll get some pressure there and get this thing to the upside. All right, let's head over to Forex. We're going to take a look at this. Is the euro. This 30-minute chart on the euro. Now, this came down, and I was in a chat room, and I put in there that if this hit the 14, I think it was the 1410 area, something like that, to sell it. And it did. It broke that trend line. I was in the trading room when it was above that trend line on that red candle, and it broke it and just dumped really quick down. Now it's kicked back, right? So what we have here is we have a little bit of dollar strength. I'm now seeing on the charts our dollar index is at 93, 96, 99 right now. So we have some dollar strength here. We're coming up against a 50 moving average, and price is sitting right on it, but we're outside the cloud, and that's a good thing. So, I'm bearish on the euro dollar. I want to sell this. So I wouldn't mind this coming back up to like 1480, and then we can just sell this back down again. 1470. That would be great. And then we'll just take it right back down again. And then we'll get through that cloud without any problem. Then we just got to look out for that 1410 area, which is from the 4-hour chart, that horizontal support line. All right, let's take a look at the New Zealand dollar. This is a 4-hour chart, traders. And a couple of things to watch here. One, we'll fall away from the cloud. That's not an issue. Look at this channel we're in. This channel is really busting out, and it's continuing up. It looks like we might hit the 0.6900 level. And what I'm looking at here is, look at the bottom of the chart. You know, I only use RSI on a 4-hour and daily chart. The RSI is pointed to the upside. So this looks like this is just going to keep on rolling to the upside. And there's nothing to do here, folks. As much as I want to sell the New Zealand dollar, I have no signal to sell this from this 4-hour chart. And I'm not going to do it until I see something here. Got to respect these higher time frames. Now, I do enter and exit trades on a 30-minute chart, but I respect these higher time frames first, and they got to give me a signal. I need to see that RSI line curve to the downside and come back to that 70 line, that red line on the top there. Come back down to that line pointing downwards. Then I would think about entering a short trade at that point. All right, another one we want to talk about is the Aussie dollar. The Aussie dollar is really did some surprising moves, really came to the downside. So this is a 4-hour chart. And for many days, it went to the downside and then ends up coming up to the upside for the last 3 days. However, now it's at this horizontal line, as you can see, at 73.53, and it's stalled there. And we have, you know, an indecision candle and a red candle. So we're looking at this. The important thing to look at, though, is take a look at the bottom of the chart, folks, at the RSI chart. The RSI chart is showing us that the RSI has come up to just about to that 70 line and is now pointing back to the downside. I'm looking for a sell trade in this Aussie dollar on the 4-hour chart. I just need to probably wait 2 more candles so I do that. So we're looking at like probably London close, and we'll look to take this to the other, to the downside. So I might put this in probably sometime at the beginning of New York. We might have a good selling opportunity on the Aussie dollar. So we'll keep an eye on that. Again, watching our dollar index chart is so important that we see what's going on. All right, traders, did that in record time today. Only 12, coming on 13 minutes, better than 20. Traders, you can come visit me at tradingwithbill.com and follow me on Twitter at WKG1960. Traders, great to be with you, and you can always go to my website and go to the video channel, and you can check out all the past videos for last week and all the way back. So remember, we're here helping losing traders become winning traders as a team. And throw your remarks in there, contact me, and let's do it. Okay, traders, always remember, trade smart and not hard. Take care. Talk to you tomorrow, traders. Have a good one. Bye-bye.